start lying down this morning. So find a comfortable lying down position, and we'll start by taking a few deep breaths. You know, you can close your eyes when you get down to the ground. You can rest the hands either by your sides or on your belly, whatever feels more comfortable for you this morning. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, the muscles in the face. Just let everything go for a moment. There's nothing for you to do right now, but just breathe and notice the breath. And perhaps gradually deepen that breath so that it's a conscious in-breath and out-breath. Perhaps you might let the out-breath out on a sigh. Allowing that sigh to allow you to drop a little bit deeper into the mat. Lovely. And then when you're ready to, you can flutter the eyes open. And we'll start taking some gentle movements with our legs, just to wake up the legs, the joints. And we'll place the arms by your sides if they aren't there already. And we'll imagine that we're on a bicycle. And we'll cycle forwards. So bringing the legs up into the air and just mimicking that cycling movement, stretching out the legs, the joints of the knees. Lovely. Couple more in this direction. Lovely. And then let's reverse and cycle backwards. Lovely. Couple more like this. And then let's bring the knees into the chest and give the knees a big hug. And you might want to rock from side to side here if that feels good, giving your lower back a gentle massage against the mat. Lovely. If you're rocking, come to stillness, back to center, and we'll place the right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee, and we'll start drawing circles with the knees. So send the knees away from you, lengthening the arms, and then open the knees nice and wide, and then bring them back into the chest. Lovely. And let's repeat this movement a couple more times.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Hayley, you might want to put yourself on mute.
Am I not?
Okay, thank you. reverse the movement. So we'll now draw circles in the opposite direction. Lovely. Beautiful. And then we'll release the feet down to the mat, soles of the feet in contact with the mat. Just feel the four corners of the feet pressing there. Knees are nice and bent, and we'll bring the arms down by our sides, and we'll take some initial movements with the arms. So on an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up towards the sky and then over our heads so that the backs of the palms are resting on the ground. And then on an exhale, we'll bring the arms back down by our sides. Again, we'll repeat that movement a few more times. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, release down by your sides. And then the next time you bring your arms up, there's an option to come into bridge by pressing the feet into the mat and lifting the hips up towards the sky. Lovely. And then exhale, we'll release both the arms and the hips back down to the mat, back to where we started. Lovely. Inhale again, sweeping everything up and over, bridge pose. Exhale, release everything back down to the mat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep up and over, bridge pose. Stretching the hip points. Exhale, bring the arms and the hips back down to the mat. Lovely. And then one last time, we'll bring the knees into the chest, hugging the knees. And then let's bring our hands to the back of our thighs and we'll roll up and down on our mat a few times. Building up momentum until eventually we'll find ourselves in an all fours position. Lovely. Beautiful. So finding all fours, spreading the fingers nice and wide. We'll take a few cat-cow poses. So inhale deeply, drop the belly, shine the chest forward, arching the spine. Make sure you keep your gaze along the long edge of your mat to avoid straining the neck too much. And then exhale, we'll round the spine, dropping the head and the neck. Inhale, arching. Exhale, reverse the movement. And just take cat-cow a few more times at your own pace. You might want to close your eyes if that feels good. And just allow your breath to lead the movement. Lovely. Let's take one last round of cat-cow. And then then we'll find ourselves again in a neutral all fours. Let's spread our knees quite wide on the mat, so a V shape, and let's melt down to the mat in a child's pose. Just for a moment here to rest our wrists, perhaps roll the forehead from side to side to give your forehead a gentle massage, and just reconnect with your breath here. Lovely. And then when you're ready to, we'll walk our hands over towards the right. So legs stay where they are and child's pose, but we're walking our arms over towards the right, allowing a lovely stretch in the left hand side of the body. If you would like to intensify that stretch, you could also grab the left wrist with the right hand and tug on the left wrist very gently, intensifying that side stretch. Breathing deeply. Lovely. And then we'll walk our hands back to center and then over towards the left. Lovely stretch in the right side of the body. And if you did so on the opposite side, again you could, with your left hand, grab hold of the right wrist and just intensify that stretch slightly. One more breath here. And then we'll walk our hands back to center. Gently come back up onto your knees, all fours. And then stretching your fingers nice and wide and tucking your 10 toes under, we'll gently make our way to our downward facing dog. So peeling the knees off the mat, stretching the legs. Just take your time here to find your downward facing dog. Perhaps bending one knee and then the other. Perhaps coming up onto tiptoes to stretch the balls of the feet. Lovely. Just taking any movement that feels good right now. And then when you're ready to, we'll walk the hands back towards the feet until we find ourselves in a forward fold at the back of the mat. And just take a few moments to hang here in your forward fold. Knees nice and bent. Torso will be resting against the thighs. Head and neck hanging nice and loose. Option here to grab opposite elbows and sway from side to side. You might even want to grab opposite elbows behind the knees. Just find what feels good. And then when you're ready to, we'll release the arms if you have that bind, and we'll make our way up to standing, vertebra by vertebra. Take your time. And we'll all meet when you get there in mountain pose with your arms by your sides, standing upright. Lovely, beautiful. And then let's give our legs a bit of a shake and walk towards the front of the mat. Beautiful. Perhaps give your shoulders a bit of a roll backwards and forwards. Beautiful. And then we'll bring the feet hip distance apart if they aren't there already, spreading the toes nice and wide. And bending the knees, we'll inhale and sweep the arms up overhead, gazing at the fingertips. And then exhale, spread the arms wide, swan dive all the way forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Pick the left foot up and send it back behind you, dropping the left knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up, low lunge. Lovely. Exhale, we'll bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Pick up the left knee and we'll pivot the left foot so that we're on the outer edge of the left foot, so knife edge of the left foot. And we'll come into side plank, so picking up the right knee, right foot and stacking it on top of the left. Inhale, sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Option to keep the right foot down as well on the mat in front of you. If not, keep this nice long line of energy pressing into the left hand, hips up towards the sky. Lovely. And then we'll release the right hand back down to the mat. Transition to a high plank just for a breath. And then we'll release the knees down to the mat, untuck the toes, and come down to the mat. Thighs, belly, chest, forehead. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, release back down to the mat. Tuck all 10 toes under, pressing into the hands, coming through tabletop, up, downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale, sweep the left leg up behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the left foot in between the hands, low lunge. Dropping the right knee, hook your thumbs and inhale, sweep the arms up, lunge. Giving the shoulders a nice stretch, lovely. And we'll release the hands back down to the mat, frame the front foot, pick up the right knee and step the right foot to meet the left foot at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And then on a deep inhale, we'll bend the knees and sweep the arms up and over, coming into our mountain pose, gazing at the fingertips. Exhale, release the prayer down to heart center. Lovely. Take a couple deep breaths here. Feel the four corners of the feet in contact with the mat and the ground beneath you, supporting you. Lovely, and then we'll release the arms down by our sides. And we'll do the same on the opposite side this time. So bending the knees generously, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up, overhead, gazing at the fingertips. Exhale, open the arms nice and wide, swan dive all the way forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. This time we pick up the right foot, send it back behind you, dropping the right knee. And inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching for the sky. Gentle back bend here. Beautiful. And then we'll release the hands down to frame the front foot. Pick up the right knee, and as we did before, we'll pivot the right foot so that we're balancing on the outer edge of the right foot. Pick up the left foot and stack it on top of the right. Inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the sky. Again, option to keep the left foot down on the mat as well. Pressing into your right hand, push the hip points up towards the sky, hips high. One more breath here. And then bring the left hand back down to the mat. Transition to high plank just for a breath, and then we'll release the knees, untuck the toes, and come down to the mat. Eyes, belly, chest, forehead. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, release back down to the mat. Tuck all 10 toes under, pressing into the hands, come up through tabletop, and then downward facing dog. Lovely. Couple of breaths in downward dog. Beautiful. And then we'll inhale, sweep the right foot up behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, we'll bring the right foot in between the hands. Drop the left knee. And let's hook the thumbs again. And inhale, sweep the arms up. Reaching the fingers up towards the sky. Lovely. Beautiful. Release the thumbs. Bring the hands down to the mat to frame the front foot. Pick up the left knee and bring the left foot to meet the right foot at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, gazing at the fingertips, reaching for the sky, bringing the hands to prayer, and then releasing that prayer down to heart center. Again, you can Perhaps close your eyes here for a moment. Just reconnect with your breath. Feel the four corners of the feet grounding into the mat. Lovely. And then when you're ready to, you can flutter your eyes open. And what we'll do some size and movement. I really like this. So to conclude the practice, doesn't matter where you stand on your mat, to be honest, but we'll inhale, sweep the arms up, and then release everything on a sigh, a loud sigh, folding forward. Again, inhale, come up, exhale, inhale, come up, release, inhale, coming up. One last time, make this your loudest yet. Release. And let everything hang loose just for a moment. And then gently and mindfully roll your way back up to an upright position. Lovely. Inhaling deeply, we'll one last time sweep the arms up, gazing at the fingertips. Bring that hands into prayer and bring the prayer down to the forehead for kind thoughts, down to the mouth for kind words, and down to heart center for kind actions. And we'll bow together to seal the practice. Thank you so much.